I'm joined by University of Central Oklahoma cornerback Signee Jalik Lewis. Jalik, thank you for taking time to talk to me this afternoon. Could you start by telling the viewers and listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sir. I'm from Denison, Texas. I grew up in Durant, Oklahoma, though, and I moved to Denison, Texas my freshman year. Played football there. Graduated from there. It's a great town, great community, great football team.
Okay. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because you grew up in Oklahoma, you played football in Texas, so every day, high school football is big here, but obviously it's really big in Texas. So, like, what was that experience like playing high school football in a state that some consider like the mecca of high school football?
Oh, I mean, I'm an Oklahoma kid, born and raised, but the football here and then the football there, it's like night and day. It's like when you play football in Texas, the whole town shuts down and they're ready to watch some Denison football. You know what I'm saying? And Durant, it was, it's just like, hey, man, there's a football game on Friday night. Nah, Denison, everybody knew.
Okay, so like, what were those like atmospheres like? Because I'm sure that had to kind of be like a big shock and adjustment at first when you kind of, saw the major difference in how it's, I guess, what the culture's like.
Well, my first varsity rep in Durant, Oklahoma, I was nervous. Of course, just came out of middle school and I was a little nervous. But my first varsity rep in Denison was more like it was fast. I messed up a play. Very first play, I messed up. I got in the wrong coverage and my teammate got on me right then and there. That never happened to me. I was like, whoa, hey, you stay over there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. So you go from that to where we are now, where you're signing to play college ball. So what was that? What was the growing? I guess what was the growth? What was that improvement from that time to where you are now?
Mistakes. That you learn from them. I mean, yeah, you had to. You had no choice. I was sitting in the defense with some really, really good people. And I mean, all they did was encourage and try to push you. And my sophomore year, I got toasted. Coming out of Oklahoma to Texas, I got toasted. So I learned from that. Bounced back junior year, did pretty well. Senior year, got the UCO offer and just went from there.
Okay, I believe I did my research. I believe you were committed to Coach Durant at Abilene Christian. Coach Goudeau gets let go. At some point, you reopen your commitment, and then you decide to follow him to UCO. So what was it about Coach Goudeau that made you want to follow him from Abilene Christian to UCO?
I'm going to be honest. Coach Goudeau is the craziest man I've ever met in my life. And I've lived 18 years. He's the craziest man I've ever met in my life. He just, man, I'm talking. First time I met him, the impression was just out of this world. I met him at a camp, and he looked at me, and he just got these big old eyes, and he's like, Jalik. He's like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just sitting here. He said, exactly. Don't sit, stay. And I was like, oh, yes, sir. So I'm just like, all right, this guy's okay. It's a little wild. And then when I went on my visit to Abilene, he was just excited, man. He just like, his energy is unmatched. Like he was so excited. And when he got the job at UCO, I just knew. Like, he told me, he offered me, he called me, offered me, and he got me there on the visit. And man, he was still like the same energy was there. Like, it just never left. He was just, and I told my parents, I was like, hey, y'all just got to prepare yourselves. This dude's gonna be yelling, and we're gonna be face to face. Just prepare yourself. And they're like, all right. First time my dad got in there, he's like, hey, how you doing? My dad was like, hey, how you doing? You all right?
Oh, yeah, because when I first met Coach Durant at his intro press conference, I was like, okay, well, this man, he makes a heck of a first impression.
100%.
Now, So you commit to UCO. Now I asked this question to your fellow signee Cooper Wilcox. Some people are going to call you crazy for deciding to go to D2 over D1. So I understand the quality competition in MIAA in Division II. But what would you say to the people that like might only look at the number after the D and not the full picture of why you made this decision?
Relationships. I feel like me and Coach Doral have an unbreakable bond, and we haven't even like we've met a couple of times. I see him every day now, but it's like I feel like it's just unbreakable. Like he has my back. I can go and talk to him about anything. I could when I was at Abilene. I can here. I could when I got to the camp. When he yelled at me at the camp, I feel like I could just go and just approach him and talk to him, and he would give me what I wanted. Going D1 and not having relationships, you're just there. It's no fun. I mean, you're just there. Here, tight. Love it. It's amazing.
So now how big is that from a player standpoint to have a coach that you feel like genuinely cares about you, the person, and not just you, the player?
Well, from a player standpoint, I'm here every day. So I have to see these people every day, and I want to be a great teammate and a great player. And for me to do that, it's like I have to be around these coaches. So I either don't like them or I like them. But for them, they approach me as a man, as a friend, and it's like you don't get that too much. And it's like, man, that's amazing. That makes me feel secure that I'm here because they care for me so much, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. You're echoing the sentiments. All the players I've talked to so far, they kind of echo the same. That not only Coach Doral but the whole staff, they seem to care about them as a whole, as a player, as a person, and I think that's really big because obviously, you're going out there putting your money on the line for them. It's good to know that they have that level of care. So now that you sign on, well, I guess just to ask, what was signing day like for you? Was it like an emotional experience finally putting pen to paper, or was it something that you kind of early on in your high school career knew that day was going to come? What was that experience like for you?
Well, signing day was very emotional. I mean, going to college, it's a big thing for me. I don't have many family members that just go to college, and then going to college for something that you love to do that's just a whole nother step. So when I was able on signing day, I just took a deep breath, it's just like, man, it's time, like pen to the paper. I was excited, man. I had all friends. We had a huge signing class, man. I was excited for everybody there. It was fun. It was really fun.
Okay, so now that you are signed now, because I had to ask, because I did my scouting, looked at your film, made some notes for my signing day special. So if you were to describe your game to Bronco Nation out there, how would you describe it?
I'd say I'm very versatile. Very versatile. I pride myself in doing a lot of different techniques, if that makes sense.
So like what kind of techniques?
Like, man, I can go press, I can go fake press, I can go off man, I can show off man and then go press. I can play outside, I can play inside, I can play 10 yards back, I can play in your face. Like, it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm very versatile.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned the press man because that was actually the first thing I had on my notes that jumped out on the field. And it's something that I'm not gonna say it's rare, but like just the level at which you played. I mean, you were stonewalling guys like off the line. So like, how are you able to do that? Because a lot of high school corners maybe don't have the strength, or just I don't see the success level of press man to that degree that you showed on your highlight film.
It's just, man, I know if they get past me, I have a defensive coordinator that's gonna be to my left, and he's gonna be yelling my name if they get past me. So that's my motivation right there.
And then I also noticed in some of the clips, you do a really good job when you're along the boundary, using the sideline as an extra defender. A lot of corners, especially young corners coming out of high school, they don't normally do that. So, like, you seem to have almost an advanced feel for the game in terms of that kind of stuff. What do you kind of credit towards that? Is it just your preparation? Was it your coaching? Like, what do you kind of credit towards that?
There's a lot of things. I will be on. There's a lot of things that I can credit for those situations. Like my freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year, I trained with CFL cornerback Raheem Wilson, and we worked a lot. And he just taught me the feel of the game. My Denison coaches, they really prepared me, and they just gave me tricks, all types of tricks to the game that I needed to know. And they just told me, like, look, man, sideline, that's your friend. Use it. It is what it is.
And you're also a willing tackler, which just a lot. Some corners just hate tackling, but on your film, you willing and you make a very solid tackle. So, like, where does that come from? Because a lot of corners either don't tackle, or they kind of just like hold the man up until somebody else gets there, or they kind of throw a weak shoulder at you. But you actually get in there and make a tackle.
Well, when I was in Durant, they made fun of me for tackling. And transferring from Oklahoma to Texas, I told you it was big. So when I got to Texas, they didn't just make fun of me. It was worse. It was a lot worse. So I had to get my mind right. Like, look, I have to work on tackling. That has to be it. And like I told you, that defensive coordinator to the left, if I didn't make that tackle, I was getting tackled.
Okay. So now you mentioned you're versatile, but what do you feel like your strength is as a corner?
Press man.
Okay. And now I don't know if they're going to continue to use press man. Talking to Kobe Stevens, made it sound like it was going to be a press man heavy defense this year. So for you. Now you're making the adjustment to college. The MIAA has very big physical receivers. So do you anticipate, I guess, like a rough adjustment period to that? Or do you think you'll be able to come in from day one and have success there?
No, it's definitely an adjust. I definitely have to adjust. These receivers are really, really good. I've practiced with them for a couple of days so far, and it's been really fun. And I got to learn that these guys, they're strong also. So it's like, it's a battle. You know what I'm saying?
So when do you anticipate being the biggest adjustment for you moving from high school football now to college?
Just learning the college game. I understood the high school game very well. Now it's just about learning the college game. That's it.
And what do you feel like you need to improve on most about your game heading into your freshman season?
I just got to get my eyes, just got to get everything right, knowing not to look in the backfield, knowing when I break to look at my receiver first, just little details.
Okay. What is your goal for your freshman season?
National championship. Team goal. National championship. Personal goal, become the leader that I know I am.
Okay. And what would that detail for you?
Instead of, since I got here, new guy, freshman, I'm usually in the back of things. I like to be in the front. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And so, okay, so as a freshman, normally you kind of are tasked with kind of sitting in the back, observing. You seem to want to be out front. So, like, is there a conundrum there for you, or like how do you kind of anticipate yourself trying to work your way in the ladder of respect in that room? How do you plan to work your way up from someone who's expected to just kind of sit back and listen to someone who's kind of at the forefront leading?
Well, I understand, all the guys that's been here, my vets, and I respect every single one of them, and they all work really hard. But I just intend to work as hard or harder than them. Like, no, nothing shorter, nothing like that. I just want to be as much help to the team as I can.
Okay. Okay. And that first, I know it's a long way. Well, I guess it's about 100 or so days away now. That first college game, how do you anticipate that feeling? When you run on the field for the first time, you're in a UCL uniform. How do you anticipate that experience for?
I'm excited for it. I try not to think about it because then I get too anxious, and it's just, man, I get so excited because I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I haven't been in pads in a while. Been a little too long.
Okay. Well, I guess before I get you out of here, we do this every new guest, get to know your questions. So your favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team, Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay. Now now although you're aware your teammate Dante McGee, huge Packers fan. I kind of ribbed the man there about the draft because once again his first round came and went and there was no receiver taken. Now you did pick a couple, I think, in the second and third and fourth rounds. Are you feeling confident about that receiving core now that Devontae Adams is gone and he kind of was the receiving core? You feeling confident there that they can help Aaron Rodgers get the job done? Is Leaky still there? Oh no, did we lose him? Oh no. Oh, Jalik. Oh, you there?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Did you hear my last question?
No, sir.
Okay. You mentioned you're a Packers fan. Your new teammate Dante McGee is a Packers fan. I gave him a hard time because in the first round they did not go receiver yet again, and I know they picked a few in the later rounds. But do you feel like now that Devontae Adams is gone, that receiving core can still help Aaron Rodgers win?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers
Okay.
is an elite quarterback. He is the best of the best, and I think he'll get him right. I honestly do.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Your favorite musical artist?
Favorite musical artist, man. I'm gonna have to say Mary J. Blige.
Oh, okay. Now that's a new one. Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite song by her?
Real love. Real love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first R&B guy who got it so
Yeah.
far. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now, so where did you get your love for R&B? Because most come on here, and I got hip hop, I've gotten country, and I've gotten rock. You're the first R&B guy, so like, where does that love come from?
I have no diss to my dad, but my dad's an old head, man. He's very old head. So I grew up on Tupac. I grew up on Mary J. Blige. I grew up on Biggie. I grew up on a lot of just old 50 Cent, Nipsey Hussle. I grew up on a lot of old artists. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of picked it up from him, and yeah, just kept it going from there.
Okay. That now, when you were in Texas, now did you get exposed to the rap scene down there? The Paul Walls, the DJ Screws. Did you get exposed to any of that when you were down there during your time?
No, when I was in Texas, I brought country music to Texas, so that's all I listened to when I was in Texas, just country music.
uh, okay. Let's see. All right, your favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Oh man, that's a hard one. I probably gonna go with something like Empire.
Okay.
I
Okay.
Nah, I hate Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, Empire it is. Yeah.
We just throw the shade. I just throw the shade at Grace that in there. Okay. Let's see. Your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Probably Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
Okay, that's a very good choice. Okay, your favorite hobby outside of football?
Favorite hobby outside of football? It would probably be learning to cook. That is up there.
Okay. So now so is it just because you want to know how to cook, or have you been cooking, just trying to expand your repertoire?
Well, my dad's a pretty good chef, and I told him when I come back from college, he's not gonna be that guy no more. I'm gonna be the guy making the big dog meals, and so I'm teaching myself day by day all these recipes. They're not very
Okay.
good, but I mean, it's fine.
So at this point in time, if someone came to you and said, "Make me your best dish," what would that be?
I'm probably gonna go chicken pasta and broccoli.
Okay. What kind of sauce?
The marinara, ah God, what's the name for it? It's like the white marinara sauce. That stuff is good.
Okay. Um. So your favorite food in general?
Favorite food? Ooh, pulled pork.
Okay. That okay. Because I imagine you had to have some good ones down there. I think in barbecue kind of big down there in Texas a little bit there. I'm sure you had a
Man, best barbecue. Best barbecues in Denison, Texas. I promise you, Bear's Barbecue is the best spot in Texas.
Okay. Well, you heard it here. All right. Well then, I guess if I'm in that area, then I'll go.
There you go.
See, are you a gamer at all?
No,
No.
sir.
Okay. Let's see here. Now, in terms of gear, okay, what are we a person? Do you go heavy with the swag, or are you like your teammate Kobe Stevens, whose idea of swag is like part of a towel and like no show shocks?
I'm a no-show socks and towel guy. Like I'm not a heavy swag guy.
That's right. Okay. Well,
Something
I've been
light,
told.
yeah.
Well, I've been told that Trayvon Craig kind of kind of laughs at that. According to Kobe, Trayvon Craig's one of those guys that dresses to the gills, and so I just okay. I swear to God. You have any pregame routines that you normally do?
Not necessarily. Just listen to some. I'll usually listen to some R&B on the way there. We get to the locker room, and then when we're about to go out, about 15 minutes till, I just listen to some real rap type of stuff. So, but nothing, no pregame stuff, nothing too serious.
Now, when you say real rap, what are you considering real rap?
I go Little Baby and NBA, Young Boy, and the Baby.
Okay. Well, I guess then my final question for you would be: you have a message to Bronco Nation about what they can expect from you this upcoming season?
Man, they can expect all the positivity and as much help as they need. And I'm just here to get better every day.
Okay. Well, Jalik, I appreciate you taking time this afternoon to talk to me. I'm wishing you the best of luck this upcoming season. I feel like, given your film, I feel like you got a chance to come in there and definitely make it tough on coaches as to whether or not play you early. So I'm wishing you the best of luck this season, and you're more than welcome to come back on again at any time. We would love to have you.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you, Jalik.
Yes, sir.